Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn Biographyology. Today is Saint Monica, and after we've done it, we're gonna do shoulder impingement training. And if you participate in the shoulder impingement training, then it's better to ask. Saint Monica. Now this is part 2. Now we try to gather the information together about the basic things which happened, which are told, and we try to make a presentation about it. And this subject is a little bit also about, it's not really easy to describe, about which I feel unable to describe it. It's not clear really from the text what it is about, and I don't know the context. So we're going to talk about a few things which are maybe about a domestic situation which is not completely in harmony. Saint Monica, she lived 300 in the 3rd century, in the 4th century. Okay, maybe we're going to say that. And her feast day is the 27th of August, maybe we're going to say. Now, her symbols in art are the girdle and tears. I don't know what a girdle is. But I think we're going to say it's maybe 27th August, 4th century, and girdle and tears. Patronage of mothers, married women, disappointed children, victims of abuse and adultery, alcoholics, and widows. And then we're gonna say 2-3 things. If perseverance and emotional endurance are virtues of sainthood, then Monica was a worthy candidate. Brought up as a Christian, she married a pagan soldier who was debauched, bad-tempered, and very probably unfaithful. On top of this, he had a drinking problem, and his protective mother lived with them in their house. But Monica's strength of faith in the ultimate goodness of humanity overcame these obstacles, and one by one they subsided. Even her husband converted to Christianity the year before he died. Okay, we're going to say she was married to a pagan soldier. I don't know what a pagan soldier is. So she was married to a pagan soldier, and he was oftentimes bad-tempered, and he was also an alcoholic. But Saint Monica believed in the ultimate goodness of humanity, and now the story tells now that her husband eventually became a Christian. It is not told about the other things. Subsided one by one. He became a Christian. And the story tells that her husband subsided one by one these things and also converts to Christianity. She had 3 children, widowed at 40, of whom the eldest was Augustine. She devoted much of her energy to bringing up her children to be Christian. Alas, a tough ghost of Augustine who, as a young man, looked on her religion with contempt. I don't know what contempt means, but I get it from context. His relationship with an unknown woman brought Monica constant grief, but she held on to the encouraging words of an unnamed local bishop who assured her, "It is not possible that the son of so many tears should be lost." It is not possible that the son of so many tears should be lost. Okay, we're going to say some things of that. We're going to say, and she also tried to make her 3 children, her eldest one, Augustine, Saint Augustine, to have a religion of Christianity, but that wasn't really working out to the way she wanted. But there was also encouraging, giving to her, for example, that someone say to her, a local bishop, "It is not possible that the son of so many tears should be lost." Perhaps overambitious for her son's success and intent on winning his soul for Christ, Monica pursued him relentlessly from one city to another. On one occasion, Augustine is said to have lied about the time his boat departed in order to travel without her. Eventually, on the advice of others, Monica gave up arguing with her son and instead turned to prayer and fasts. In Milan, she became a disciple of the great Bishop Ambrose, who was instrumental in finally bringing about the conversion of her son. Okay, she was traveling with her son around, and she came then also to Milan in northern Italy, and where the Bishop Ambrose then could convince Saint Augustine to convert to Christianity. So that as it is in the faith of Christianity, his soul is saved. With great rejoicing, Monica at last felt her mission completed. Augustine wrote in his Confessions that on their return to Africa, while waiting at the port in Ostia and Rome, they were joined in a blissful spiritual union. He recorded some of her last words. "Son, nothing in this life now gives me any pleasure. I do not know why I am still here, since I have no further hopes in this world. I did have one reason for wanting to live a little longer, to see you become a Catholic Christian before I died. God has lavished his gifts on me in that respect, for I know that you have even renounced earthly happiness to be his servant. So what am I doing here?" But is certainly paraphrased. 5 days later, she died from a fever. Okay, we have information. So when we're going to say that she traveled from city to city with him, she came to Milan, and there the Bishop Ambrose was able to explain him Christianity to the point that he even believed. It's hard to express it. Because here, she became who was instrumental in finally bringing about the conversion of her son, who was telling him about Christianity, and then he started to believe. And he, on the travel back, now both being faithful Roman Catholics, Roman Catholic Christian, that about her that she expressed in one of her last words before she died of fever, that she has done her most important task in life with courting him to Christianity, so that his soul could be saved. Okay, I'm going to start the camera and let's try to see. Ultimate goodness of humanity. Saint Monica. Saint Monica lived in the 4th century, and her feast day is the 27th August. And she is represented in art through a girdle and through tears. She is the patronage of mothers and married women, and of disappointed children, and of victims of abuse and adultery, of alcoholics also. And now the story is told that she. Let's make it clear. I want to say where she was born. Wasn't Madrid? In Fagast, Algeria. Saint Monica. Saint Monica's feast day is the 27th August, and she is represented in art through girdle and through tears, and she's the patronage of widows and married women, and of mothers, and of disappointed children, and victims of abuse and adultery, and of alcoholics. And she lived in the 4th century and was born in Algiers. She was married to a patron soldier, but that marriage was not so happy because he had an alcoholic problem. And he was also oftentimes bad-tempered. But she, Saint Monica, believed in the ultimate goodness of humanity and of humans, and as she believed it, it is told now that her husband one by one subsided from these things and also then converted to Christianity. She had 3 children. The oldest one was her son Saint Augustine, Saint Augustine. And she also tried to raise her children in the faith of Christianity. And that didn't really work out so good with Saint Augustine. They were traveling from city to city, and then also they came to Milan. And in Milan then, the Bishop Ambrose was able to explain to Augustine the stories of Christ in a way that he then started to believe, and he converted to become a Catholic Christian. And she also was encouraged. There is a quote which paraphrase means, "So many tears should not be in vain." That the son is not converted to Christianity, that his soul would be lost. Now, and when we were now traveling back from Milan, then at Rome somewhere, there in his book Confessions, there Saint Augustine, so a son of Saint Monica, then wrote, basically paraphrased, that she now has done with being able to bring her son up to be a Christian, a Catholic Christian, had done her most important task on earth. And this is according to Welcome Days at the Treasury of Saints book on the page 50. I'm going to stop the camera. And that was the Biographyology part. If you were here for Biographyology, you can go directly to the next part of Biographyology. If you stay here and participate in the whatever we're doing, then it's very risk. We're doing shoulder pinch training. If you participate, then it's very risk. Having a good and stable stance and doing backwards, shoulder circles on the back, up, front, down. And again backwards and front, back, down. And now. And now, long arms with strong fists, and we're going as far back with the shoulders as we can. High up, and front, and down, back, up, front, and down, and backwards, up, back, down, front, up, back, down. Now a bit into the knees, hinge forward with a straight back, let the arms hang, and pinch the scapulas together. Make fists and lift the arms up and still pinch the scapulas together. Arms down, shoulders down. And now, tall up, shoulders back, and arms with fists, long arms, turn them to the inside. Lift the arms high up and bring them together. Bring the shoulders down and together. So arms high up and together. Shoulders down, the shoulder blades into the rib cage and together. Arms up, together, shoulders down and together. Release. Long arms, strong fists, shoulders down and together, turn the arms to the inside. Shoulder blades down into the rib cage and together, arms to the inside. To the outside with the arms, shoulders down and together. Arms to the inside, shoulders down and together. Arms outside, shoulders down and together. Arms to the sides, to the front, turn the arms in front, shoulders down, together. Arms back, shoulders up, and in front. Arms in front, shoulders down, and together. Arms back, shoulders up. Now the arms up. Don't do this if this causes pain. Lift the shoulders up and release all down. Again, the arms up. Shoulders up. Go down. One more time, arms up. Shoulders up. Go down. Arms to the side. Front and back. Bring the shoulder blades together. Again, front and back, shoulder blades together. And now pretzel curl arms together down to the side. And now the sundial. You can use something, a towel, a t-shirt, a sock. Have it with a long arm at the outside. Let it fall down. Try to catch it again. And on the other side. Let it fall down and try to catch it again. We're stretching. One arm in front, the shoulders back and down. Pull the arm in and have flat fingers. The right to relax the arm, go a bit back with the shoulder and turn the palm up to the sky. And the other arm in front. Shoulders back and down. Pull the arm in, have flat fingers. The right to relax the arm and turn the palm up to the sky. And that was the short and pinch training. I thank you very much and until next time.